These are the first 5 steps that you need to take to start investing in real estate in 2025. And let me just start off by saying that most people think that real estate investing is complicated, it's risky, and only for the wealthy. I myself used to think that way, but those people are absolutely wrong, and I myself was wrong. So these are the exact 5 steps that you need to take to start investing in 2025, even if you've never done a deal before. My name is Roberto, and I've been a realtor for the last 4 years. I've been flipping houses for the last 3 years. And just as of last year, I started building my own rental portfolio with zero, yes, you read that right, zero out of my own pocket using creative financing. And out of all people, I am still in shock and amazed that I've been able to accomplish and do any of this. And just like you're probably feeling right now, overwhelmed, scared, fear, maybe nervous, I felt the exact same way. How in the world do these people get started? It feels so overwhelming on where to start. This is exactly why I'm extremely passionate about not only helping new investors get into the game, but also simplifying the entire process for you so that you can start building your generational wealth. That is my promise to you. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly the first 5 steps to start investing in real estate and also avoid the biggest mistakes that beginners make, because trust me, I have made plenty. So you might be asking yourself, why in the world 2025? 2025 is the best time to get started because there are more opportunities than ever before. And I truly believe this. Why is that? Well, there's a couple of reasons why. Let's be honest. Towards the end of last year, there was a lot of uncertainty in the marketplace, in the real estate specifically, obviously. Interest rates were high, and actually, quite honestly, they're still pretty high in the market right now. There's obviously a new president in the office, and so people are very fearful about the market. They don't want to pull a trigger on purchasing anything. Now, you might be asking, these are all negative things. When people are running, that is when you jump in. That's what makes it a great opportunity. And the last point here, there are always opportunities, but they're only there when you're looking for them. Like, for example, this deal that we purchased end of last year, the market was still very uncertain. But this deal ended up coming to us, that was presented to us, and we actually bought it sight unseen. We didn't even see it. We purchased it, and then we saw it. It ended up being a pretty ugly house, but we're actually in contract right now to sell it off. And let me just say that we're making some pretty good money, about $80,000 of profit to us from purchasing that property in probably one of the worst times. So this is definitely possible, but you need a clear game plan to succeed. Let me be very clear about this. This is not, and I repeat, this is not a get-rich-quick strategy. This is truly about building real wealth step by step. So let's get started. Step 1, building the financial foundation. Investing starts with understanding your finances. And just like a house, we need that solid foundation to even build a house. So let's break this down even further. Get a clear picture of your budget, which includes income, savings, expenses, and of course, debt. So your income, we want to make sure that what's coming in is enough. Obviously, we want to make sure that something is coming in as far as income. From that income, we need to make sure that we also have a proper savings account allocated to be able to purchase property with this. Now, as far as expenses, we also want to make sure where that income or that money is flowing, and if we're spending a little bit too much or spending enough to be able to afford buying a property. We want to try to reduce this as well or make some changes if necessary. And the last one I hear, debt. This one's very important as well. Trying to lower or minimize the debt that you have. Why is that? Our goal is to eliminate the bad debt, whether it's credit card debt, high interest loans, student loans. And the reason being is because as far as your credit score, our goal is to try to increase our score. So the less that you have, the higher credit score you'll have as well, which means you'll also get a lower interest rate, which also means lower monthly payments when buying a property. Now, as far as saving up for your first deal, there's 2 categories here. Whether you're going to be buying for an investment purposes or as a primary residence, but that also means you can purchase 2 to 4 units. So if with an investment property, you're going to be putting anywhere from 20 to 25% of down payment, of course, plus closing costs. And for the primary residence, this is going to be 3.5 to 5% of your down payment, once again, plus closing costs. So depending on what strategy you go with, then you can decide on which route you can take as far as down payment. Let me be very clear about this. You don't need to save millions. You just need enough to get into the game. This is where a lot of people get stuck on the money part. Pick the investment strategy that makes the most sense for you, then go after it. Keep it simple. Let's go on to step 2. Choosing your investment strategy. Start with one strategy, master it, and then you can go and diversify. So let's break this down even further. First one, fix and flips. This is a great option. Perfect for short term. This can be anywhere from a month, 2 months, 3 months, maybe sometimes even 4, 5, 6 months. But you can definitely see some big profits here. You buy property under market value, you put in some work into it, and you sell it off to make some great profit. With rental properties, the goal here is to generate monthly passive income and, of course, create long-term wealth. Every month, these tenants will pay you their rent, thus generating you passive monthly income. And of course, over time, this will also generate and appreciate your properties that you have to build your wealth that way as well. Now, another great strategy as well is wholesaling. This is a low barrier to entry and is also quick profits. So you basically find a distressed property and you find an investor that might be willing to buy that property, and they'll pay you in the deal a finder's fee. A quick way to make some profit there. And if you're still undecided on which route you should go after first, or which one is the right fit for you based on your unique situation, click the link below to schedule a one-on-one call with me. I hope you pick the right strategy based on your goals and your unique situation. Let's move on to step 3, learning to analyze deals like an investor. The biggest mistake beginners make is overpaying for deals because they don't know how to run the numbers. This is extremely important. One of the biggest lessons that this industry has taught me, numbers don't lie. The second biggest lesson that I've learned is that you make your money at the buy. By buying a property at the right price, meaning under market value, this opens up way more opportunities and exit strategies. Having different options allows you to have less risk when making a purchase because you're not just stuck with one option. So let's break this down about running the numbers, right? For example, in a fix and flip, let me be clear about this real quick. This is a quick and dirty method, but using the 70% rule. So let's just say, for example, that we buy a property, or we're thinking about buying a property, and we're thinking that the value of this after we put in some work is going to be worth about $600,000, right? Using the 70% rule, we take that and we apply 70%, which would be $420,000. Now we subtract from that number the rehab. We plan to put about maybe $70,000 worth of work into it. Okay, we'll subtract that from there, which gives us our max allowable offer of $350,000. This is the max payment, the max price that we can offer for this property in order for us to make a good amount of profit on this. Now, if we were analyzing a rental property for cash flow analysis, so let's just say that we have this duplex, right? Each one of these is paying you $2,000 a month for a total of $4,000 a month. After subtracting all expenses, such as mortgage, insurance, principal and interest, MIPI, capital expenditures like a roof repair, utilities if the landlord covers it, maintenance if there's any, and of course management if you have any management that's managing the property. If after all these expenses come out to some money still left over, then this is a good deal. If after subtracting all these expenses, you're left with zero or maybe even negative, this is not a good deal. The more deal analysis that you do, property after property, you start building this confidence in your ability to analyze great deals. And if you're looking for a great deal analyzer for fix and flips, I built a simple calculator tool that makes it easy, really easy for you to analyze deals. Take it, use it, and go make some money with it. The link is below. Moving on to step 4, building your dream team. Real estate investing is a team sport, not a solo mission. So let's break this down. This is something that you can start today. Start networking local agents, contractors, lenders, and especially other investors. So this is going to be your team. At the core, at the center, is going to be you. And on the sides, we're going to try to build out this team. Your lender is going to be one of those people. Or actually, in this case, this can be a private money lender or an institution that lends you the money to purchase the deals. Your contractor is also going to be a very big component for this, doing the rehab or maybe even a handyman if you're buying a rental property. That's going to be crucial. A realtor, even having that connection. Maybe if you're buying a rental property, you might have off-market property deals, or if you're selling your property as a fix and flip, having that connection to a realtor that can list your property and having a great marketing strategy can allow you to sell that property for a lot higher. And if you're having also projects with fix and flips or even rental properties, having a project manager manage those deals or those projects can be a great resource as well. He's going to be your core 4 for your dream team. And although you don't need a real estate license to start investing in real estate, realtors who are already in the industry do have a big advantage. You already know other agents, lenders, and possibly contractors. Leverage those relationships to build your dream team. Remember this, your team will change and evolve over time. Just because you start off with one contractor doesn't mean you have to stick with them. And here's also an actionable tip. Start attending local real estate meetups. Drive around your neighborhood and see if there's any other construction sites, going on right now, and get those connections. Start those connections. It's never too early to start. And lastly, moving on to step number 5, take action on your first deal. The real learning happens when you start taking action. So let's break this down. Start small. Like seriously, start small. We're not looking for the big perfect deal, the one that knocks it out of the park. You're just looking for your first deal. Something that you can do on a weekly basis. Analyze about 10 deals a week. Even if you don't buy any of them, just learn to analyze them using that calculator that I just mentioned is linked down below. This will help you build the confidence and, most importantly, the muscle on how to analyze good deals. You can also partner up on your first deal if you needed to. The reality is we don't always have thousands of dollars just sitting around. Partnering up can make it so much easier to get started and even scaling as well. Just remember, choose your partner wisely. Someone you know, can trust, and aligns with your values. This is extremely important. This is me signing a property with one of my partners, and we bought plenty of deals already. We do align with each other with our values. We know each other. We can trust each other, and it just makes it so much easier on doing more deals together. The fear of failure holds most people back. I know what that feels like. It took me a full year just to pull the trigger on my first deal. But after that, I can tell you, I continued to buy deal after deal. That's why now I coach new investors step by step to take that first leap and avoid those costly mistakes. And if you're serious about getting started in real estate investing in 2025 and you want a clear roadmap to success, I invite you to book a call with me. I'll help you take that first step and get that first deal done. So here's a quick recap of what we covered. The 5 steps are very simple. Get your finances right. Without that foundation, we can't even start, right? We can't purchase anything. Pick your strategy. Pick a strategy, just one, and then move on from there. You can always diversify. Learn to analyze deals. The numbers don't lie. Build your team. They will help you succeed in this business. And lastly, for the love of God, just take action. It's that simple. Do that and you'll be miles ahead of everyone else trying to figure it out on their own. Remember, the hardest part is starting. But once you take that first step, I can promise you, you will be unstoppable. If you enjoyed this kind of content as much as I enjoyed making this for you, you'll definitely enjoy this next video. Keep it simple. Peace.